Hey Kyle,
What's up, Josh?
is Guild Wars 2 Duels meant to be a serious determination of which profession stumps the other?
Nope. In fact, Guild Wars 2 Duels is made for its entertainment value. Although it's not meant to be pro, it does adhere to a strict set of rules.
And what might those be?
1. Professions that duel aren't chosen by us, but by our viewers. 2. We only have a day to choose our build and an hour to practice. 3. Once the combatants meet in the middle, the battle has begun, and there's no running out of combat. And 4. The duel consists of 5 rounds. First to 3 wins.
Well, that sounds like a whole lot of fun, Kyle.
Sure does, Josh.
Hello and welcome to Guild Wars 2 Duels. My name is Josh, aka Raydon, and today I will be representing all my good and noble guardians today. Let's jump right into the build here with my utilities. Judgment's Intervention. This teleports me to my target, great for closing gaps, applies a burn, and can break a stun, which is awesome. Over here I have Smite Condition, great if I'm up against any condition-based build. Also Meditation, very important, keep that in mind. Stand Your Ground, this is very standard in any 1v1 build, is having something that gives you stability. It also breaks a stun and gives me Retaliation, which is great. Here with my elite ability I got Renewed Focus. Why? Because I love using Virtues, and it immediately brings the cooldown off of those, which is awesome. Over here on my gear I went with Rune of the Ogre on everything. This is because it gives me a crazy amount of power, and then also gives me a 30% chance to summon a Rock Dog whenever I'm hit, which is great because the Rock Dog, it's like having a ranger pet. He does a good amount of damage, and I try to utilize that rune whenever I can in a structured PvP build. Over here on my greatsword I have Sigil of Superior Battle, which gives me 3 stacks of might whenever I swap weapons, and it's actually over here too on the focus, so anytime I'm swapping out weapon sets I'm gaining stacks of might, which is great for this build. On the mace I have Sigil of Superior Fire, which triggers an AoE Fire Blast ability, which is, yeah, that's pretty awesome. On the traits I have a 0-0 30-30 10 setup. You'll probably look at this, and if you played a Guardian before it looks kind of weird, but trust me, it definitely works. I've been testing it today, and many people have told me that they've been finding a lot of success. I'll direct your attention here to the Valor though. Last trait on the tree here, Monk's Focus. Using meditation skill heals you. This is very important because I have 2 meditation skills, and these meditation skills will give me a decent heal, not a heal like my Signet does, but a good heal all its own. And then over here meditations recharge 20% faster. These have a very low cooldown because of that, especially here with Smite Condition with only a 16-second cooldown. Another important thing I'll point you to is Virtues over here. Retaliations last 25% longer. This is great because I have a retaliation here with Symbol of Wrath on the Greatsword, and I have a retaliation over here with Stand Your Ground. That pretty much sums up my build, guys. Hopefully I'll be able to bring us victory against that stupid warrior today.
This week I'm using a warrior with a rifle and dual sword build here. I will be starting out with my rifle for that increased range damage. When he does get too close, I'll hit him with a rifle butt, which will allow me to switch over to my dual swords here. I'll then hit him with a bull's charge, knocking him down for 2 seconds, hit my frenzy for that increased attack speed, hit him with my flurry, hopefully with 3 levels of immobilize on him, as well as 8 stacks of bleed. I'll try to throw the sword at him, impaling him for 4 more stacks of bleed. I have this block here, of course, and then I will attack him with my auto attack here, which will increase bleeding as well. And of course want to have my elite Signet of Rage up whenever I can. On into my gear, I have 3 runes of the Crate and 3 runes of the Afflicted, both of them increasing my bleed duration and increased condition damage. I have the Sigil of Peril on the rifle just to increase vulnerability, and then on both swords I have Superior Earth for a 60% chance on crit to inflict bleeding, so hopefully I'll have around max of 25 stacks on him when possible. And then I have the Rampager's Amulet, which will increase my crit chance, as well as condition damage and a little bit of power and vitality thrown in. My traits will be a 10-30-30-0-0 build. Since I am going against a Guardian who will be blocking, I will gain 3 stacks of Might for 5 seconds, as well as 1 strike with Adrenaline whenever I am blocked. My bleeds will last 50% longer. I have a 10% increased chance to crit with a sword, and then I gain quickness for 4 seconds when I strike a foe with less than 25% health to pretty much finish the deal. For the more defensive stuff, I have 200 more toughness whenever I am crippled, chilled, stunned, or immobilized. I will activate Balanced Stance whenever I'm dazed, knocked down, launched, pushed back, or stunned, so that can't happen again. And then I activate Endure Pain when I reach 25% health. Just hopefully, if we're close, that will allow me to finish the deal and gain victory. So that's the build. Let's go see how it does against the Guardian. Alright, and round 1 begins as these combatants for this week's Guild Wars 2 Duels meets in the center ring. Nice opener there from the Guardian. It does connect, doing a little bit of damage. The Warrior is in its rifle right now, but it looks like it's going to be switching over to its dual swords to stack those bleeds. There are a few on the Guardian, but several blocks from the Guardian. 10 stacks of bleed currently. Looks like the Guardian does get a heal off. There's still quite a few stacks on the Guardian there. It needs to be getting up. It does indeed remove the conditions. The Warrior is pretty low on health. Pops a heal, but it's still at about 50% health and on fire. Guardian keeping its distance a little bit, but needs to start pushing the attack as the the Warrior switches over to rifle to keep some distance between them. Looks like several damaging attacks onto the Warrior. Warrior's now going into a defensive block. Looks like it will be downed here. Will the Guardian be able to finish it off? Nice knockdown by the Warrior here. And it looks like the Guardian may actually be downed as well. Tries to run away. Indeed it does get downed, and the Warrior pops the Vengeance to finish off this round. Indeed it does. And round 1 goes to the Warrior. Good job. Alright, round 2 begins. Both of them meet in the center of the ring. Looks like it will be the same opener as the Warrior switches to rifle. Nice connection from the Guardian there. Also a knockdown, and then switches to its whirlwind ability. Several blocks from the Guardian right now, avoiding those stacks of bleed. Warrior still in its rifle. It needs to switch over to its main, and does with a nice knockdown and several stacks of bleed on the Guardian. Oh wow, 22 stacks of bleed, but does get removed from the Guardian. Guardian pops its heal. Looks like it recharged its virtues to cast fire onto the Warrior. Warrior is very low on health and has no heal right now. It's trying to avoid line of sight and switch to rifle to keep that distance and damage on to the Guardian. Guardian is connecting with several attacks. It looks like the Warrior may be going down very soon. Nice dodge by the Warrior. It looks like it won't be enough as the Warrior... Oh, nice heal by the Warrior. Switches back to its swords, but does get downed. Will the Guardian be able to finish it this time? Indeed it does. Round 2 to the Guardian. Alright, round 3 begins. See, they're starting off the same way. Will the Guardian be able to connect? It does not, as the Warrior does a very nice dodging move. Nice pull in there by the Guardian, but then a nice pushback from the Warrior, keeping that distance. Looks like the Warrior's going to be trying to stack some bleeds, but several dodges from the Guardian. Ooh, 25 stacks of bleed on the Guardian, but the Guardian was able to, just in the nick of time, remove those bleeds and get a heal off. Guardian breaks line of sight, but is now coming back in for the offensive with its great sword. Warrior is on fire, several attacks there, bringing the Warrior below half health. Warrior needs to survive until its heal is available. That regeneration does not seem to be enough. Warrior does get a small heal off. The Guardian is also low on health. Both of them may be down here at any moment. The Guardian does go down. Will the Warrior be able to finish it? It looks like he won't with that pushback ability. Warrior may be going down as well. And indeed, both are on the ground right now doing a nice little ground battle. Let's see who's going to finish, if the Warrior can get its Vengeance off. The Warrior does spam that Vengeance ability to come up and finish this round. Indeed it does. Round 3 goes to the Warrior. Alright, this is the last match if the Warrior does win this one. The opener was missed by the Guardian. Ooh, nice pull in though. Warrior does a nice pushback to keep that distance, get some of that range damage before it switches to its swords. Several blocks there, very good job there from the Guardian. Lots of defensive abilities. Looks like a few stacks are going on the Guardian right now, with 16 stacks, but does get mitigated from the condition removal. Another nice lunge there from the Guardian. Warrior's at about 50% health and is on fire. It's probably going to be popping its heal. Indeed it does, but still is below half health. The Guardian's doing very well this round. Warrior needs to be breaking line of sight right now instead of lunging at its enemy, but Very good determination by the warrior. Nice mobilize there onto the Guardian. The warrior's looking like it's trying to break a line of sight now. Looks like it's going to be a bit too late, though it does get a nice heal off. And it looks like the warrior does get down, but that's devastating unleash of attacks from the Guardian. Nice knockdown though. And it looks like the Guardian does finish it. Alright, we're tied up 2-2. Let's see this final round. It looks like we have a spectator this round on the warrior's side. Hopefully he won't interfere. Nice opener once again from the Guardian, but it did not connect very well. Warrior's going to be switching to its swords once again to unleash a few stacks of bleed, but does get mitigated from condition removal once again from the Guardian, who's almost at full health. The warrior only at half. Few blocking abilities, both at the same time from both combatants. Small heal from the warrior, and it's going to start unleashing its combos to stack that bleed. Both are pretty low at health, but the warrior is not doing very well. Looks like it does get downed indeed. Will it be able to be finished by the Guardian? It gets knocked down. Looks like the Guardian may actually be downed as well as it tries to run away, but is running back, remembering that it's not allowed to leave combat. The warrior pops its vengeance, downs the Guardian. Looks like it may be it here. Indeed it is. Good job, warrior, for this week's Guild Wars 2 Duels winner. Alright, we hope you enjoyed this week's Guild Wars 2 Duels. Don't forget to leave your profession choices down below that we may use those in following Guild Wars 2 Duel videos.